All right, friends, let's get started. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live stream. Let's see. Everything's set up. There we go. All right. I feel like I'm gonna need my glasses today, that's for sure. Let's see what we got cooking here. All right, guys, welcome to the live stream. Tonight we're gonna talk about the markets. We're gonna talk about companion and just see if we can try to make sense of what's going on. I see we got Stephen Wong in the chat. It's good to see you, mate. Happy birthday. It's not every day that you turn 25. You must feel amazing. And Martin as well, good to see you, buddy. Welcome to the live stream, guys. So we just have had a little bit of a pump on cryptocurrency, on Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you can make an argument, right? When you're looking at cryptocurrency, you could make an argument for Bitcoin to take out these highs here and head into 25k, maybe even a little bit higher. But before that happens, you know, we need to see this candle today at least close above 22,500. That would be a great indication that this has room. But beside that, if we cannot push higher today, this is, I don't know. I think this just looks like a huge range to me. Like when I'm looking at this, it just looks like Bitcoin can spend the next couple of months just doing something like this, you know, and just maybe not backwards, but you get the point. A sideways market. I think there's a very good chance of that, but it could also, you know, anything can happen here. Anything can happen here. Maybe everyone that wanted to sell Bitcoins has sold. I don't know. Let me check the chat, guys. Okay, we got some people in here. We got Sean. Welcome, Sean. Welcome, Steve. Morten, good to see you. Steven, want to talk about gold rock. Okay. Awasani, hey guys, welcome to the live stream. It's a pleasure to have you. So actually, I just did a trade earlier today that I that I also had set up on the live stream that turned out really well. You can see that we had the limit orders up here at the neutral level. It came straight in. Unfortunately, we only got one entry, but if we had paid a little bit more attention, we could definitely have gotten a second entry. And yeah, straight to TP. What can I say? Very nice trade. Very nice trade. And then I'm looking at SPX here, and I did a weekly market review yesterday. And then we had the CPI come out, and now this is kind of the situation. To be honest, I think there's a good chance this is it for SPX, and it's gonna roll over from here or just bleed out, something like this. When you're looking at the dollar index, you can see it's some sort of strength here. A lot of people betting against this right now. I'm not sure that's a good idea. If the dollar index goes up, everything else will come down. So that means Bitcoin, SPX, all of it, you know. But let's see. I mean, anything can happen. All right, so we had some people wanting to have a look at gold. Let's go have a look at gold. What is gold doing? Oh boy. Oh. I don't know. This is gold, you know. This market I mean, when you're looking at this from a weekly perspective, right? This is not too great. Like, it's really not. You're just seeing a top, another top, and a retest. That looks extremely similar to what happened over here, which was like a top, another top, another top, and again then this one, and then we had the sell-off. Now, I don't know. That looks very similar to me. But this market could also consolidate if it can hold this 1750 level. If it can hold 1750 level, then there's a room for another test, and maybe we'll push through this time. I don't know. It's hard to tell. But yeah, I mean, you can look at the trend. You can see this thing is, yeah, maybe there's going to be a bounce. I think there's a good chance there's going to be a bounce somewhere here, but I wouldn't bet on it. Like, it's not like I look at this and I think it's a good opportunity to make money here. No, it doesn't look too clear to me. There's probably some people. There's probably some late shorts coming in here now, and they're gonna get punished. I think so. But the question is where they get punished. 1814, 1750. Where they're gonna get punished, I'm not sure. So I wonder, how is silver looking? And silver is just pretty much mirroring gold, except that it looks worse. Oh, these coins, these metal coins. Okay, guys. So, welcome to the live stream, guys. If you're just tuning in now, we're just having a look. We got about 20 minutes for the US Open. We can see SPX is already showing some weakness here, but let's see what happens. Overall, crypto, like we have to think about crypto right now. Crypto is in a spot right now where some really aggressive headlines are coming out. Crypto companies being targeted, SEC going after a stable coin, a lot of bad stuff, bad environment, bad news, and so on. So considering that, keeping that in mind, the fact that okay, this is Ethereum, but let's go look at Bitcoin. Keeping all this in mind, the fact that Bitcoin is trading at 22,750 is honestly pretty good. Like, it's a pretty good sign overall for the crypto industry. I think if the US government really is hell-bent on going after cryptocurrency, and they call stable coins for securities and things like that. Well, if this is the case, and they succeed in targeting crypto companies, then I think a lot of that money is going to flow back into Bitcoin. And I think temporarily at least, and then it will happen what usually happens, which is people take the holdings and they invest in some other project, right? So that's the usual way that things goes. But I think there's a case that if there is gonna be strength in cryptocurrency, like if this is gonna make a move and so on, I think the case is that stable coins are being targeted. If stable coins were to disappear, let's say we didn't have USDT, we didn't have USDC, we didn't have all of these stable coins that we have right now powering the crypto infrastructure. Well, if this was the case, these were to go away, what would that mean? Well, that would bring us back to the old days. That would bring us back to 2017, early days of 2017, where the majority of cryptocurrencies that you were really trading, it was like your altcoins against Bitcoin, and then your altcoin would have a USD pair, not a stable coin, but a USD pair. And that just it does some things to the industry in the terms of, for example, it used to be like BitMEX was a huge cryptocurrency player. Like they were massive, and all you had to do was deposit Bitcoin, and you were able to use that Bitcoin collateral to trade all these different cryptocurrencies. But they were future contracts, right? They were not spot. They were not like, you're not actually holding the coins, they're contracts. So I think if the SEC continues to go after stable coins like this, I think, I mean, it's not only stable coins, they're also going after staking services. Like they hit Kraken, one of the oldest exchanges. They hit them with a lawsuit that they had to settle for $30 million, claiming they were offering these staking service to US citizens against the rules, something like this, right? So if I mean, if you're looking at Ethereum, which is one of these, cryptocurrencies with the largest staking network in the world, right? Which is what Kraken was doing. They were offering people to move their money when they had it on the exchange. They offered them to move it into the Ethereum staking contract and so on for them. So if they go after these things and they go after Ethereum like this, well, it's all gonna flow back to Bitcoin. Bitcoin will become the center of attention. But here's the point. The point is they will never be able to like regulate it and keep it under control. There will always be offshore exchanges, decentralized services, all these kind of things that's gonna allow people to trade them, even if the US government tells their citizens like, don't touch this. So this is just like a part of the crypto war against the government. It's just like it's just part of the process for cryptocurrencies to find its place. And the good thing is they can't stop it. Like there's nothing they can do to stop it. They can try to shut it down as much as they want. They can try to make all the rules and the laws, and they can do all this bullshit. They will never be able to shut it down, ever, never ever. It's not possible, and they know this. Oh, looks like we got some little bit of sell coming in here. Let's see. So we got US Open in 17 minutes. Look like Bitcoin is turning over. I mean, just pay attention to this. Like this is a good class right here. So you see how we have this continuous structure here, right? I mean, look at this. You have this continuous structure. Got a pump. We got another pump. We get another pump. And typically this is, large participants, large players who pushing the market up to stop other people out of their positions. And then when these people are getting stopped out of the positions, that's where these guys are getting into positions. And well, you can see in the chart how everything is changing right now, because it was following this very clear pattern and then it just stopped, right? You can see that this trend was right over here, and there was not even like a retest or anything. So that's a pretty big sign of weakness. By the way, guys, if you have any questions or anything you want to talk about, or any cryptocurrency you want to look at, or something like that, just put it in the chat. We'll have a look together. So look at that. I don't know. I mean, I will tell you what these guys are doing. Like it's almost like unfair the way that this works. Imagine that you have, what do you need to do this? Like, what do you actually need to pull something like this off? Right, so how much volume is this? Right, so that's 350 Bitcoin here, about 280 Bitcoin here, 600 Bitcoins, something like this, 600 Bitcoins. What is that at today's value? $13 million. All right, so if you got $13 million in the bank, right? Which most people don't, but if you're looking from like the perspective of trading, $13 million is like nothing, like in the markets, it's nothing, but it's enough to move Bitcoin from 22,000 to 22,900 in 2 hours, right? So if you have $13 million laying around and you want to use that to make money, what you do is pretty simple. You just start buying in the market once you have determined like a low volume, like once you can see that like the volume is like fading out and there's no real contesting players in the market. Well, you can literally just start to buy and push the market up. And then what you want to do is that you want to stop other people out of their position. So as you move the market up, people who are using high leverage will get stopped out. When they get stopped out, they are forced to buy at the same time, and that creates like an effect. If you do this quick enough with enough people that have stops in place, you create this effect where you move the market up very quick. So what do you do? Well, you are busy buying $13 million of Bitcoin, right? That's what you've been doing for the past 2 hours. So now you're sitting on about 600 Bitcoins that you bought for about $13 million. And the last thing that you want to do is in the very top here, right? Do you see this candle? So what you want to do in this candle is that you want to create like the last big push. And as you make that push, you make sure that you have sell orders in place on futures platforms like Binance, BitMEX, whatever exists, right? So you have sell orders in place, or you already know where they are. You know where you need to push the market to because you know where you have put your orders. So you just push it and you keep pushing and pushing until you get all of your short positions filled, right? So you push it to 22,900, you fill a short position, and it's easy to fill a short position of, let's say, $5 million, $10 million, $20 million. If you spread it across multiple platforms at the same time, you can easily put that up to $50 million. Okay, so while you're pushing the market up with the $13 million you got in the bank, you're gonna hit your short orders and you're gonna create a short position at the same time of about $50 million. All right, so now you're sitting in a short position of $50 million. Now you need the market to come down because you are short. So you need the market to, go down for you to make money. Well, the good news is that you just bought 600 Bitcoins and you can now start using this as an inventory to dump on the market and move it down, right? So you just start selling it. And as you can see here right now, these guys, they haven't really started selling too much because you can see the volume that's being transacted here is nothing compared to really what's being bought. And of course, this doesn't have to be true. This could be a legit buyer who just bought and they have no bad interest. But a lot of the times in these low volume environments like we're in right now, a lot of times this is just, what can you say? It's a scam, basically. I mean, it's just people not seeing what's going on behind the curtain. They don't really see the true thing. So now there's like 11 minutes to the US Open. So maybe this guy is just like waiting for the right time to unload his Bitcoin to make sure that the market comes down. Or maybe he waits. Maybe he's seen while moving the market up, noticed that there was enough pressure, sell pressure in the market already, like other people selling while he was buying, and he will just let these people sell the market down for him first. And then once he comes down to, let's say, 22,200 and he's gonna close his short position at 22,000, that might be the point where he chooses to unload his entire position, the 600 BTC that he's acquired for $30 million. So you can do the math on that. I mean, if you move, let's see, what is this here? Let's say that we move from 22,000 down to, let's say, 22,000 straight. Oh, it's actually behind the candle for some reason. I think it says 3.8%, so that's 4%. So, 4% on $50 million is pretty good. It's about $2 million payday. So you can make $2 million just like that. $2 million. It's not bad. It's not a bad life. Of course, this is just, anything could be the cause of this. But as retail participants leave the market and there's less people to trade and there's less opportunities and the market starts to move less, this stuff starts happening more and more. Like that's what we saw in 2018, 2019, was just that these kind of scam moves that just went through the roof. So yeah, that's a little backstory for you there. I hope that's helpful for anyone. Let's see what is happening over here. Ethereum. I don't know about Ethereum. Ethereum looks a lot weaker than Bitcoin in general. Like Ethereum, and the reason that Ethereum is looking weak right now is because that the SEC specifically came after staking products, which Ethereum is entirely based on staking right now. That's how they validate. And that, you know, that makes you question everything. Let's see. So if we look at Ethereum here, we can see that extension 2 was touched, and then actually already extension 1 has also been touched. Oh, my touchpad. So there we go. And that's actually all we can expect from touching extension 1 is that we get a retouch of extension 2 is that we get a retouch of extension 1. That's really all we should expect in this scenario. So that's also where we'll be able to tell, well, if this level holds, that means that there's more strength in the market. If it doesn't hold, it means that there's not that much strength in the market, and maybe it was just a play like discussed before. Could be. Hard to tell. Okay, let's have a look. We got 8 minutes for the US Open here. These are all my old orders. Actually, my history looks really nice of these trades. However, this Euro AUD is not doing so well as it was earlier. Like when we're having a look at this right now, like let's have a look. You can see that we have had like a pretty strong move from from down here to all the way up here, but the trend is you know, this could be a problem. Like this could take out the entries. That would not be great. If it comes, so here's the thing. If this market comes back up, to this area, you can see that, I think we mentioned this earlier as well last week, then you can see we have a new strategy trade ready, which says TP1 here and TP2 here. So what I will be doing is that I will be adjusting my TPs to this and this if the market were to touch back up here. But so far, nothing like that. Like this, it can change so fast. Like positions can change so fast. And that's why for a lot of people, the best thing they can do when they take trades is just like step away and let the trade do its thing. And it's really difficult. But that's usually how you make the most money. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what we are working on right now in Breakfree Trading and Companion. Right now we're working on developing new strategies that can be deployed in Companion and in Breakfree Trading. These are going to be 1 minute strategy, 5 minute strategy, 15-minute strategies. And we're going to change how TradeGuard and this current system works in Navigator, because there's a lot of people who want to trade their own way or want to trade in a specific way and so on. And right now we don't really allow that to happen in a nice way. Like if you're trying to trade in a way where you have very low probability of making money that way, then what will happen is, you know, our systems will tell you like, this is not a good idea, you know, this is not good, you're not going to get rewarded from this, please close this position. But what we'll do in the future is that we're going to let people choose themselves. Of course, we'll make recommendations to how people should be trading and which setup they should take and so on. But what we will be doing is we will let people choose their own strategy. So if they want to trade against the trend, even though that's not, you know, wise at all, but if that is what they want to do, then we will deploy a strategy for them to help them do that the best way possible. And I think it's going to be pretty exciting with these low time frame strategies, because there is a lot of money to be picked up, but what is important is that you have a sharp spread, like you have a good spread. And you need a good broker for that, something like IC Markets, or you gotta work with Binance if you're trading crypto. You don't want a high spread when it comes to trading these low time frame strategies. All right, let's have a look at Bitcoin again. Avasani says, how can we create a spark in trading in companion exchange to keep it busy? Because the real companion rule doesn't start. The trades in companion look too static. Let's market the peer-to-peer. I agree. I think there's a lot of room for improvement. The question is exactly what is the right actions to take? Because if you go out and you tell people right now, you know, this is a great time to put money into crypto and you can use this to put money in, a lot of people are very skeptic of it right now because of all the recent problems we have had in crypto. It's quite unfortunate, the reputation that crypto has right now. Now, I think we will overcome that. I don't think this is gonna be a problem, because if you look in the past, what happened in the past, 2013, 2017, it's the same thing. It's a lot of people getting scammed and losing a lot of money very fast. And then it takes a little bit of time and then it recovers and it does well. So, I mean, I'm open to ideas, but it's very difficult right now to go out and tell people to move money into crypto without sounding like a scammer. Like it's hard. So what we have tried to do, you know, is that we've tried to, and this is also what we're working on right now in the peer-to-peer marketplace, is that we're trying to build a dynamic price system. So when you're putting up an ad, it's very easy to adjust the price, because the problem is that if you put up an ad saying that you want to sell Solana or you want to buy Solana and you want to do it at this specific price, well, the problem is that the crypto volatility is really high. So very quickly when you put up an ad, the price might have moved up or down, and you need to go back into the peer-to-peer exchange. Into the peer-to-peer exchange and close your ad and create a new ad at the new price. So what we're doing is that we're creating basically like a price index of each asset, which will allow the user to set like a premium of what percentage they want to sell or buy the tokens at. So if Solana is trading at, let's say, $20, I can put it at 5%. I want to sell my Solana 5% higher than the current market price. And as Solana goes up or down, it just keeps staying 5% away from the actual price. So this is a pretty big improvement that I think is going to help people use the peer-to-peer marketplace more. And I'm all ears if there's like what else we can do to improve it. But I think a lot of people just don't understand the current environment of the market, and I think it's not a smart move to burn money right now on user acquisition in crypto. I think what we need to do is we need to acquire users who never even came to crypto, who doesn't even know that we're talking about crypto. And the way we do that is through Breakfree Trading. Oh, US Open this very minute. Oh, whoa, look at Ethereum. Oh, that's a big, that's not too uncommon to see things like this. Like, that's incredible. I just don't, I would be happy to hear you guys if you have like some ideas what we can do, because my approach to how we're gonna get people to use the peer-to-peer marketplace is to first of all make sure that the app is actually like nice to use, it's fast, and I still have problems with the wallet, the companion wallet being like a little bit slow to load, and there's like problems. But the thing is, a lot of these things that has to be fixed with like wallet and so on, it's like, because that we are working with blockchain and we're developing in Web3, it's just it takes a lot of work to do small things. Like it takes a lot of work to accomplish like small things that usually in the old world, in the fintech world and so on, wasn't so difficult to do. I think personally, if we had to go out right now and acquire users, I think we should focus on Nigeria. Nigeria right now, the peer-to-peer transactions happening in Nigeria is really like going through the roof. And I think there's a real market there. But I just don't think the app is fully ready right now to be considered like a production release where we can go out and mass market it. I think we need to work a little bit on the speed and release this update with the floating price in the peer-to-peer marketplace. Because if we go out right now and try to get users in the companion market, in companion, what will happen is that as we guide people to the peer-to-peer marketplace, they will go in and they'll see like who has offers available in the peer-to-peer marketplace. And if it's, if there's not a good offer, or if the offer is outdated, or if the price is from yesterday or something like that, that's not a very smooth or good experience for anyone. So what we need is that we need people to be able to go to the peer-to-peer marketplace, create their offers, their buy and sell offers, and then make sure that they keep, keep using it. And they don't have to come back every hour to update the price, but the price just automatically gets updated all the time. So Sam here says he thinks that marketing is paramount, but only when the app is perfect and the fears left the market. The amount of scammy devs out there to have. He said, yeah, thanks Sam, I appreciate that. Look, I want to make this crystal clear, right? This will take some time to clear out this current environment, and like it's really difficult to say with everything right now, because never have we, our generation, or cryptocurrency for that matter, faced a situation without quantitative easing. Quantitative easing is money printing, where the Federal Reserve is literally printing money, loaning out money to businesses, companies, banks, etc., for them to loan out after to stimulate the economy. And this has been going on for 40 years. And that money printer was turned off about a year ago. And we have never had a challenge like this before. Like never. We've never seen how cryptocurrency will behave against it. And if you look at SPX, like let's go have a look at SPX again. It's a pretty good indication. I'm just saying like they are trying to kill this. Okay? They are trying to kill this. And I just wanted to like have some perspective of like where we are in this trend, right? So this was 2008. It's nothing. It was a tiny sell-off. It was half its value is lost. And look, it's like we haven't even started on the pain. and I'm really confident the pain is gonna come. So I think the best way is not to try to acquire crypto users, like existing people in the current crypto ecosystem. I don't think this is the right approach. I really don't. I'm not saying it can't work. And I think during a bull market, yes, you can definitely do that and so on. But in the situation that the world is right now, and the cryptocurrency, the state of cryptocurrency and all of this, I don't think this is the right approach. I think the right approach is to acquire users who are never crypto users before and sell them the core principles of cryptocurrency, which is that you become your own bank, you own your own money, the government cannot freeze your account, you can send money to whoever you want, and and you have the ability to interact with all these decentralized applications that comes out. Oh, what happened to the music? Oh, it's still here. So, like, just think about it. Like, selling everyone a Swiss bank account where the government can confiscate your money. I think that's actually pretty easy to sell. That's like, you see a lot of governments around the world, you know, overreaching and freezing people's bank accounts. Like in Canada, they had big problems with some, you know, there was some big protests. I'm not saying the protest was right or wrong. Honestly, I don't even know what it was about. All I know is that there were some people that was unhappy with the government and they protested, and in return, the government targeted these people that protested, froze their accounts, took their money, locked them down in every way possible. And that could never happen with cryptocurrency. So this is increasing more and more. And as the central banks around the world is gonna roll out their central bank currency, and they're gonna try to enforce this, like what people can spend their money on, how much money they can spend, and they can just freeze their account in seconds like this. As this rolls out and people become aware of this, and as you know, trust to the government becomes lost, which it is. You know, now we have the FISA stuff, you know, with the virus and the goddamn aliens, and like there's just so much stuff, right? There's so many things happening, and all that's really happening is that everyone is trusting the government less and less, and I think this is only going to increase. So as this increases, there's going to be a movement to opt out, and that is where our opportunity lies, is to give people that option to have their money in a bank account, you know, that they control and they can send to anyone they want, and they are not being monitored by our, you know, the tax or IRS or whatever, and if the government can't just take their money. And I think that is a product to sell to people, and that's how I think we should go about marketing this, because we're not even talking about crypto, right? We're just talking about that you stay in control of your own money, and like you should have the right to. And I think that is an easy sell to ordinary people out there, the people who never onboarded crypto. I think, right? So how many people like participate in this crypto bull run worldwide? I don't know. 50 million, maybe that's high, maybe it's less, but it's a fraction of what is coming, right? Let's see if there's some comments here. Awasani says he wanna help with Nigeria and targeting Nigeria. Okay, that sounds good. I like that. Let's do that. Maybe Awasani can tell me more about like what is happening in Nigeria. Why is so many people using peer-to-peer marketplace right now, and like why are people paying such a high price? Like they're paying 50 or 100% higher price for Bitcoin or cryptocurrency just to get out of the Nigerian banking system. So maybe you can tell me, Awasani, why, like what is causing this right now? Like what is pushing this forward? Okay, so Martin says that all the stuff is scary in the West. Yep, that is very scary. I agree, and it's probably only going to get worse. Then Alessandro is saying the companion peer-to-peer is different from the Binance. Not really that much. What is different? Well, to use the Binance peer-to-peer, you gotta sign up, you have to KYC, and you have to do a bunch of things in order to sign up and use the Binance. But at the same time, you also have the option to transfer money in with a wire transfer and so on. In our case, with our peer-to-peer marketplace, anyone can just open the browser, create a wallet on app.companion.to, go to the peer-to-peer marketplace and transact. And it's not too different from Binance. It's really not too different. The probably the biggest challenge is that it's happening on the Solana network, and I don't know how many Nigerians is familiar with that, or maybe they don't know, what to do after, or so on. So, I think we need opportunities for people. Like, after you have moved money into crypto, what can you do with it, right? There has to be something appealing. There has to be something that attracts people, something that they can, something that makes people want to move money into crypto or into Companion in the first place, right? Because think about it. During the bull run 2020 and 2021, there was a natural demand for people to move money into crypto, because they knew if they moved money into crypto, they could invest in some coin, or they could gamble with it, or whatever. They could do. There's a lot of things that they could do. Now the case is that those opportunities do not exist anymore. You don't have 20% yield from Luna anymore, right? Like this doesn't exist anymore. You don't have these coins where you can just buy it and it will 10x over a week or something. It doesn't exist. So the demand for moving money into crypto is just not as high as it used to be. So we need something that attracts people. Like, why do you want to move money into crypto? The idea with Companion was that you have a AI companion that's going to help figure out your situation and how you should go about investing or saving up your money or all this. The problem is there's no interest right now for people to do that, because it has such a bad reputation right now in crypto. After everything that happened, and even if we had a product that would give people 10 or 15% yield, they wouldn't trust it. So what needs to happen? We need new blood. We need fresh blood to come into the market. It took 5 years from 4 years, 2017 onto the next cycle. It just takes time. People need to forget, and you need new people to come in that has money and is ready to invest. But the good news is that this never changes. Humans never change. We're doing the same stupid shit that we did 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 300 years ago. It's the human psychology never changes in that regard. So don't worry, it will happen again. It just takes a little bit of time for people to. Takes a little bit of time for people to forget about their losses, right? It takes a little bit of time. It's a lot of people who invited their friends into crypto or scammed their friends or did some bad shit, and it was a lot more people than last time. But here's the thing: the next bull run that we're gonna get, the next time crypto is really gonna start pumping, it will be even more people. It will be like maybe 10 times more people. So instead of 50 million, maybe we have 500 million people participating worldwide. So that's very exciting. That's where the opportunity lies. I love water. So guys, if you have some questions or something else you'd like to talk about, let me know. But yeah, it's definitely not an easy time. Like when we launched Companion and so on, I knew we were going into like a bear market and it was going to be difficult. But at the same time, I also knew that we had good partners. We were very close to FTX, and we had a whole ecosystem around FTX. Our main, some of our main investors, Serum, we knew that we could count on these guys and they would be around and they would help us and so on. We knew it was going to be tough, but we didn't know that our entire, our entire support network behind us just would get pulled, right? But beside like just our project and so on, like that alone, it wasn't really about that. It was more about all the people that got hurt from this. because FTX was so infiltrated with the Congress, the US politicians, and the US lawmaking and so on. It was so infiltrated. It looked so good from the outside, so strong, so stable, that it was very hard to imagine that it was so rotten at its core. So the damage that was done by this FTX blow up, I mean, it cannot be, it can't be overstated. It's crazy. It's like, I never seen such damage done to crypto before, not to this degree. I mean, it's just crazy. Okay, guys. Wow, time always fast on the live stream. Modern asks, Navigator 2 will have API. Well, what do you want to do with the API? That's what you have to ask yourself, because the way it works with Navigator is that Navigator uses Binance API to connect to Binance, or uses MetaTrader API to connect to MetaTrader. So it really depends what it is you want to do. If you want to do API calls to Navigator to trigger some functionality in Navigator, sure, we can do that. It's not a problem. But a lot of the things that you probably want to do on an API is better for you to connect directly to the exchange or the broker and execute with them. Can we make a trading bot for Navigator? Here's the challenge with the trading bot for Navigator. The current version of Navigator, which operate, in the browser, the problem is that as soon as you close the browser, the bot will be turned off. So in order for the bot to work as a browser application, you have to keep your browser open at all time. You can't close it down, and that's not so great. So the best way to create a trading bot for Navigator is to deploy it in Navigator 2 on Companion. In Navigator 2 on Companion, we have the ability for the app to run in the background after you close the app or minimize the app or something like this. We don't currently have that functionality in the current version of Navigator, because as soon as you do that, it just kind of pauses. But what we do have coming is new strategies, trading strategies, that's going to be really good and really fun. So yeah, I would say stay tuned. Let's see. Bitcoin moving a little bit up again, or what do we have? I mean, it doesn't look too strong right now. And Ethereum also coming back up. Well, but yeah, guys, like, these are tough times, and I think it's only gonna get tougher. So the best we can do, is just to give our best and keep working towards this idea of giving people freedom, letting them own their own assets and control their own assets, because maybe they don't want it right now, but there will come a time where they really want it. And if you haven't prepared for that time, if you haven't built your application by the time that they really need it and want it, then you will not win. So the best thing we can do right now is just to continue to lay the tracks, the railroad, like a railroad. Just keep laying the rails. Keep working on that, so we make sure that by the time that someone needs to take the train, the companion train, we already have the destinations, we have everything ready. We got the train, we got the conductor, we have the train stations. It's like, it's ready to go. But right now, no one want to ride the train. No one want to ride the train. And maybe there's some, but in terms of like, compared to who wanted to ride the train, when there was a constant influx of new people coming into crypto because they were attracted to the yield, or they're attracted to making money, that's when you need to have the train ready. We didn't operate at that time with Companion. You know, we started operating in October, and the next month in November, FTX blew up. I don't know what to say. Okay, let me see. We got some questions here. We got another question. What is the next update around? When can we expect one? So the next update that we're gonna roll out will be fairly this week, maybe next week, something like this, to Companion peer-to-peer marketplace. That's gonna allow people to put ads in the peer-to-peer marketplace that automatically updates its price. So I can, you know, I can put an order in. Let's say I want to sell Solana. I want to sell it 5% above the mark price, the current exchange price, but I'll sell it for cash. So people will transfer me money to my bank account, and that's what they're paying 5% fee for, is that they're transferring cash and they're getting crypto straight. It's untracked. There's no government that's gonna track that. So that's maybe what people are willing to pay for. I'm not gonna speculate too much on that. So we're gonna deploy this this price mechanism that allow the price to constantly update. And now it sounds, you know, cheesy, but it's really important, because otherwise, if we start telling people, hey, go to the peer-to-peer marketplace and create ads, it's like, okay, you can get people to do that 1 time or 2 times, 3 times, something, right? But if they have to go to the app every hour and update the price manually in the ad, because now Solana is trading $22 instead of $20, and their profit margin is now gone, and they have to create a new ad, it's just not a good experience, right? No one is going to do that. No one is going to go update their price every hour or every few minutes. So we need to have this mechanism on the peer-to-peer marketplace that allows the price of your ads to automatically update as the market moves around. So that's the next thing. And when can we get access to the master? Which masterclass do you mean? I'm not sure. Are you talking about Navigator or Companion? I'm not sure. But I will say we have a Navigator update coming relatively soon. Probably next month. Which masterclass is it that you're missing? Good. Avasani, you sent me a message. We'll talk. I mean, it would be really good if we could work on Nigeria. Like just Nigeria alone as a market. It would be really interesting as a case, and also just to like find out, what do people in Nigeria need? Like, how do we get them to use it? And I think Nigeria is very interested. I think it's a very interesting market. I think there's a lot we can do there. Tracy Bone is saying, all right, I think you're talking about the extra content that we gave with Black Friday. Well, you need to buy the Black Friday package to get that. And if you already bought that, then when you log into Navigator, you should have it this star here, and then you have it here. Here's all of this content. So if you want that, I think you can reach out to support, and maybe they can help you with a deal to get access to that. Okay guys, any last markets we should have a look at? Anything we should have a look at? Because we only have a few minutes left. You know, I was just recently on this trip to Japan, and I was sitting in the flight, And it's just like when you're sitting in a flight in Japan, you know, when you're on a flight, it's just like the time moves so slow. But when you're live streaming, the time moves so fast. So I think next time I'm gonna try to live stream in the flight. I'm joking. But it would be nice. Like imagine you could speed up time when you're flying or on you know, moving or something. That would be really nice because it just feels so slow. All right, let's go have a look at on gold before we check out for today. Gold. Well, gold is looking the same as earlier. Well, you can see right now it's testing down here at extension 1. If you really, you know, if you really believe in gold, you could put a trade like this. Right, something like this. Last low like here, get long here, trade it up to here. Maybe there's more upside. Maybe it could go up to here. But I personally wouldn't bet on it. Pretty good music. Pretty good playlist tonight. Gonna remember this playlist. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you for coming to the live stream tonight. I hope to see you next week as well. Oh, you want to have a look at US 30? Okay. Last market. Let's have a look. Oh. Dow Jones. I don't know. Look at this, mate. I mean, look at this. It's so messy. Up, down, up, down, up, down. I don't know. I mean, you could probably keep shorting here and you can probably keep buying here. And yeah, guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and put a comment even if you want. US 30, I would keep buying here and I would keep selling here. But pretty soon this thing is gonna break one way or another. But yeah, I think you can keep trading here for a little bit of time, right? Like that, like this, right? So you want to be you want to be buying here and you want to be shorting here, but I don't know how long this is gonna last before this market breaks one way or another. But let's have a look. 12 hour. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's very sideways. I think it's gonna pull back, like just like I think SPX also gonna pull back in the coming days, coming weeks, something like this. All right, guys, it's been a pleasure, and I hope you have a great week. And yeah, just remember, we're not going anywhere. We're gonna keep working, and I'll look forward to talking with the Nigerian people and see if we can set up some pilot project or do something to focus on it. So yeah, guys, peace out. Thank you for coming.